Welcome, all you beautiful souls, to your weekly energy update, and this is for the week of June 19th through June 26th. This week we have a big, of course, occurrence here with the summer and winter solstice coming on June 21st, so happy solstice to everyone. Of course, we have summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice starting in the southern hemisphere. It also means we're triggering the beginning of Cancer sign season, so happy birthday to all you Cancer sign sun babies. And both for the solstice, for the solstice, I actually have put out separate individual readings for each zodiac sign, which I will have listed at the end of the video in the playlist, and I'll also throw it down in the description box below. We also, of course, because Cancer season is starting with the Cancer signs for the sun sign, I also put out a special pick a card reading for that, which will also be linked in a playlist at the end of this video and also in the description box below. So wonderful energies coming in, a lot of transformation with the Cancer sign being ruled by the moon. There is a lot of this mother type of feeling, this nurturing energy that's coming in. And the summer winter solstice is quite a bit around growth and like endings as well. Because, we moved from spring into summer, things started to grow in spring. Summer is all about the growth period where we have a large amount of growth. In the southern hemisphere, of course, with the winter solstice, we just moved from harvest, fall, autumn season into hibernation, into those things that, winter time represent as well. So for this reading, we're going to be looking at that mother energy. We all have, mother energy, mother personalities that are in our life, or just motherhood in general, regardless of how we identify. We all have that mother, nurturing, divine, feminine energy within us, regardless of what gender or how we identify, right? So we're going to be asking for this reading around motherhood. What about our relationships with that mother energy and motherhood? Are we ready, or can we transform? Can we grow through? And what can we possibly put to rest? So I do have, of course, a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and I'm jumping into yours right now. All right, my fellow Aquarians, welcome to your weekly energy update. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Into the Lonely Woods. Now, any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. Let's give these a good shuffle. And then we'll jump right in here. Okay, actually, they want that one right there, so we don't even have to go any further in there. So for all Aquarians, you have the learning of rights. So I love this. It's like the rite of passage of going through this life. And so that's card number 17. And since this is all about that mother energy and motherhood, this is about the rite of passage, that all the things that we experience either with, mother energy, mother personalities, motherhood, all of that divine feminine energy, that we experience it on purpose, for a purpose. And so none of it was wasted. It wasn't wrong. It wasn't a mistake. It happened with very much purpose behind it. Now this says here, as you wander this path of the soul, you may come upon others like yourself who have formed small clans and found their place in the world. Watch as they celebrate the rebirth of their clan, the rise of the new, the passing of ritual from one generation to the other. Learn of their rights, which can guide us all and be shared with all who have this tender love for other beings within their hearts. Make time for play, delight, and celebration in your rituals. Let them not be so earnest that all joy is dimmed. This is a time for the new, for the unlearned, for the joyous discovery of what could be and what will come. Anticipate this with all the sweetness that you can muster. Yes, this kind of reminds me of the Three of Cups too, where there's three individuals joining together They are about joy. And so this is about, all those things, all those things that you pass down from generation to generation, traditions, like from the Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, right? Tradition. It's about what you pass down, and those traditions that feel heavy, that feel like they suck the life out of you, that don't feel joyful. It's time to re-energize them, to switch it up, to change it, to add tradition maybe where you hadn't before. Because ritual, though it's not necessary, it does allow us to live and express life in new, different ways. We're also going to pull from these ancestral path tarot to see what else they want to know about that. But I feel like there's this passing on traditions of those mother figures that I've had in your life, and that if you are in a motherly nurturing position, that you can create new ones for yourself too. Whatever you want to introduce, if you don't have any traditions, you get to create new ones that help bond your family or friends together in a new, unique way. So let me just give this a shuffle and we'll see what else they want to add. Right, so what else for our Aquarians here? Okay, they do want these two right here. Okay, any others? Okay, yep, they do want that one. Okay, and that one, and that one too. Wow, okay. So we do have quite a few here, and we'll start with this one since it showed itself, and this is the Tower. This is the removal of old traditions to make room for new. So this is your permission that if something that was done over and over and over again, it just brings so much pressure, so much stress, whatever it might be, it's time. You can let that go because it's no longer serving a purpose. It's been so used over time. It's like a condemned home. It's ready to be brought down by the demolition team, so it makes room for new things to be added to it. So you definitely, again, have that energy of new tradition, new ways of doing things coming in. And we talked about, also that the rite of passage of life and motherhood and all that, losing things and having things removed and coming back, that's all part of the process. Again, when anything is ever removed out of your life, it's making room for new things. It's happening on purpose for a purpose. All right, and then we move on to this one here, which is the Six of Staves, or the Six of Wands. Recognition card here, and I really feel like with everything that was coming in here, when we're doing things just for the recognition, the energy that's around that is so stressful. It's like kind of like, when we buy presents at Christmas time. In the beginning, like when you're a teenager and you have your own money and you want to share that love, and the first time that it's not expected of you and you show up with presents and it's like, oh my gosh, that's great. And then the next year it's like, where are the presents? That stress, that validation that we enjoy starts becoming overwhelming, right? So there's this transformation that's happening here about why you are doing things, why you have those things in place. Yeah, because here's the King of Wands. So King of Wands, Wands energy is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. It could be your overall energy and even your spiritual energy. And the King here is, here you are living this, like lion, the king, the emperor. You are taking control of your energy and what you're wanting to do with it. The king is the highest in the, suit. So it is about this, it's not doing things outrageous. It's very entrepreneurial energy, where they take their path into their own hands. And so I like that energy that's coming in here is like, you're no longer doing this to please others. You're doing things because it brings you joy, and you don't care if people do it or not, or how they participate or whatever. You do it. It's like in the example I was giving about the presents. We can get into the give and take where, well, I gave presents and so they give me presents back. That tradition of that, is so much stress. Holiday time, so stressful. Everyone wants to make sure I don't buy, them, I hope they don't buy me a more expensive present than I give them, because then it make me look bad, blah, 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 right? All this concern about how we look. But this is like, you give and you don't even care if you receive or not, right? That's the kind of energy it has, is like, I'm just doing what I love to do and I don't care what anyone else does. So I love that coming in there for you. Do you have the High Priestess, which this is getting to the bottom of things too, talking about the rights and getting into the subconscious. She is able to move behind this veil. This is the veil to the higher realms and to your subconscious. So with this card coming up, with this particular situation, I really feel like there is some hidden motives, some hidden programming that's been running that you don't know why you feel a drive and a need to do something or have emotions around something. And this is about getting underneath and getting into the secrets of understanding why it is you do what you do and the drive behind it, because there is definitely this transformation here of changing why you do the things that you do. Yeah, because here you go. 9 of Cups. Cups are your emotions. The 9 is really about finding your emotional fulfillment from within. Like, you are having a party and you don't care who comes, who does, who's dancing, what entertainment. You're just enjoying yourself. The 9s are very much the Hermit energy, which the major arcana number 9 is the Hermit, and they are going within themselves to find their path, to find their wisdom and their fulfillment. And they usually have like a lantern that is this huge bright star in it, which is our higher selves, and that guides us on our inner path. So this is about finding inner emotional fulfillment within ourselves. And the King of Wands here can also represent your higher self, because it is the highest spiritual energy that you can experience, which is connection to your higher self. So I really feel with the High Priestess here too, there is this importance here. It's kind of like this is about combined together is this message of connecting, taking time away. The High Priestess goes into her temple. She looks into her life. She understands what's going on. She dives deep into the subconscious. She connects to the higher realms, gets a lot of clarity around things. So I really feel that is what is coming in here with a lot of this. Now we are going to dig deeper with these everyday tarot and just get some clarity on some of these cards. More time. All right, so I really want to understand what is leaving and what is this making room for. More information for Aquarians on this, please. Okay, that one and that one and that one. Actually, and that one. Anything else? No. So it is these 4. All right, we'll start with this one here. Yeah. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, which goes so well with this tower, because the Wheel of Fortune has a wonderful story around it that Spirit told me. And it's like, before we come down here, we choose, our higher self chooses what avatar, of course, it wants to experience this life through, which is, mine chose me, yours chose you, chose when we're going to be born and enter this game, and when we're going to withdraw out of this life and go back to, just to be in spirit. And we have all these fated events that it wants us to experience in this lifetime. Now, within each of those fated events, we still have our power to choose what emotion we want to feel through that fated event, what story that we are going to put to that event. So we're not out of control in that, right? But there's this beautiful power that comes with that, knowing that whatever is coming into our lives is coming in for us. It's not happening to us. We're not on an out of control drama train that's going to fly off the tracks and explode in a gorge somewhere. We're on this beautiful monorail train that's attached to the tracks. It can't fly off. All that stops are programmed and happens perfectly in time, right? And so it's a wonderful empowerment because we transform from feeling like a victim of life, where life is happening to us, to the flow of life and seeing that it's happening for us. Well, where the tower comes in is it's one of these fated events is going on. Either it's a relationship or a situation of some kind or a possession or our bodies. Something's going on in our life that's happening on purpose for a purpose. But in order for us to experience the next fated event, this thing needs to be removed to allow us to experience that. And that's what this is about. This tower is being removed out of our life on purpose for a purpose. So that's what this is letting us know, is that trust that with it happening, it is of divine order, divine timing that it's happening. So don't freak out. Unless you want to experience freaking out, then by all means go ahead, but you don't have to. This message is allowing you to, that you don't have to see it as this thing that's happening to you. You can see it as it's happening for you. Yeah. So you have the Ace of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes. The Ace of Swords brings in this beautiful kind of duality of benefit. The first thing is that it allows us to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that is rooted in unconditional love. It also allows us to slice away the small t truths of the human world that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. So this tower is this removal of some thoughts and some beliefs that we've held for a while, but we gain this power back by letting them go. Yeah, I mentioned in the beginning about the Three of Cups. Here's the Three of Cups. So the three individuals that are joy, it brings us joy. It also represents connection to the spirit realm. This is our posse, our support team that is always around us. Again, they are allowing, coordinating these things for us, the things that we chose before we came down here that we wanted to have happen, right, with that Wheel of Fortune. But they also, outside of that, they don't mess with our free will. They very much respect it and allow us to choose our emotions and what we want, what story we want to apply to things. But if we of our own free will ask them for their guidance and support and messages and signs, as long as it doesn't mess with our Wheel of Fortune stuff that we told them we wanted to have happen, they are all in to help us with that. So this change that happens, just know that it is of divine inspiration, but we have other support if we're wanting it. Yeah. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. So this is a change. Pentacles are like a lot about our worth. This is like the giving and receiving card, or as I call it, the I totally forgot what I used to call it. The codependency awareness card. Gosh, I can't believe I went blank on that. But it's the awareness about our worth, in that there's this, even has the balancing scale there, that, we might have this belief that I have to give to other people, because if I can't give to other people, then why would they want to be around me? I would not have anyone in my life, because all that I've been taught, growing up, and everyone is kind of our cultures these days, is if I have nothing to give, then they will leave me and not be around me. And so we overgive and become where we're give, and we won't let anyone else give to us. And so people turn to giving to other people instead. And so there is this foundation here. A lot of this tower, this removal, this change of attitude and belief has to do about your worth and what you're giving to others. Kind of goes back to that Christmas present thing too. It's like I have to overgive And if they give me something small, that's all right. But then we become exhausted because we're overgiving, and we become resentful when we're not getting the energy back. But we've taught people not to give to us. That's what an enabler does in codependent relationships. You enter as adults, allowing them to somewhat give equally, and then suddenly we become mama bird, daddy bird, and the other person becomes a child or a baby bird, and we won't allow them to give to us. We only give to you. That's when we get exhausted and resentful. And there's this change that's happening, allowing you to allow others to give to you, but giving without needing to receive it back, because you are finding your foundation, you're finding your wholeness and your completeness, your emotional fulfillment from within with this Nine of Cups. Because the cup that makes you feel whole and complete is the Ace of Cups. It's the unconditional love of the creator of all things. We'll also dig in a little more deeply here. I kind of want to understand this recognition and drive here for Aquarians. What else do you want them to know about that? Okay, these four. This one too. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Because we think that this is going to be emotionally fulfilling when we get the recognition from the outside world, you know, that need that we had to be accepted and loved, and that, validation from the outside world. We thought it was going to bring us these emotions of fulfillment, but it only brought us more pressure and more pressure and more pressure. Yeah. Because you are seeing things from a higher perspective. We move from looking for our recognition from the physical world to the spiritual world. We find that wholeness and that completeness and the recognition that we've been wanting for from our Three of Cups, right? From our little posse of support there. So we do see things from a new perspective as we go into this. And we definitely, like we talked about, we wanted to experience trying to please and be a people pleaser and not please any of the people any of the time, right? It was pointing us back inward. Yeah. Because here's the Four of Wands. So this is stability of energy. Think of four like a huge table with four huge legs. It's a very strong foundation. And so we are coming into this strong foundation of your energy and a balancing of your energy, because you're seeing things. The awareness that's coming in is so powerful that your energies just balance out in beautiful, beautiful ways. Because again, the King of Wands right here allows you to control your emotions. It allows you to control your energy and where you're investing it. And you realize, yeah, I don't need to invest it into all the people pleasing anymore. I'm focusing it in on doing what I love instead, like we talked about. Yep, Lovers. So emotional choices, definitely. This is about understanding that every second of our lives is an emotional choice between the fear of losing conditional love or of unconditional love. So every moment it's the same, and we get to experience that, and we come here to experience it on purpose, for a purpose, right? As we talked about. So that simplicity that's coming in with that of going, when I, the outside world there, when I'm trying to be a people pleaser and get that love from the outside, that acceptance, that recognition from the outside, disappointing. When I connect to that unconditional love, fulfilling. But in realizing what we experience and trying to people please, what relief and what a contrast it is when we are in the other side of that. Yeah. Because here's the other side of that. This is the pain and disappointment we feel with those expectations with that outside world. But this is what we move away from when we start releasing. This Ace of Swords is what cuts away all of these small t truths that are bringing us that pain, that disappointment inside of us. So I love that. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Divine Directions deck here. See what else the Creator would like Aquarians to know for this week around this Mother energy. Okay. Then we're also going to pull from the Sweet Dreams deck as well. So what else for our Aquarians, please? Okay, what else? Anything else? Okay, and that one too. Oops. All right. So let's take a look here and see which ones revealed themselves. These revealed themselves first. So we've got the grounding. And that is, it's time to ground and center your energy, be truly present in your life. So that's definitely what we're talking about with this King of Wands, controlling your energy, grounding your energy, taking control over where you're investing your energy. And then you have the balance of it all too, which is it's time to find balance in your life. What is most important to you? So yeah, definitely there's this clarity that comes with all of this, right? And we already talked about a lot of that. I won't regurgitate it all. And then you have experience. That says, my dreams take me to wonderful places that are filled with wonder, delight, and joy. Kind of feel this is kind of mentioning this wheel of fortune, which we come here to experience all of these fated events. So not becoming so connected and attached to what it means, because we are letting go of all that popular opinion of what we were told of what something is supposed to mean, what something is supposed to make us feel like, and we are taking charge of that as we're cutting away those old thoughts and those old beliefs. And then energy, what do you know? It says, I work with my dreams and my spirit's energy to reach my highest good. So yeah, definitely it's all about this energy, where you're investing your energy, and how has been a huge message here. Doing what you love, focusing your energy on what you love, connecting to the spirit realm, finding your emotional fulfillment from within instead of trying to please the people and having that endless search, trying to make people happy in the outside world. We know that that ends up looking like heartache, disappointment. I had this for decades now. In fact, my family used to make fun of me a little bit. I was always about expectations equal disappointment. That's what happens. So I love this message for you. And if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign. And as I mentioned in the introduction, I have the solstice readings that are out. I have the Cancer season reading that out, and a few others. And I'll add playlist links at the end of the video in case you want to check any of those out. But if you also want to be notified of when any of those new videos do come out on this channel, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, that gives you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited. It helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow, because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and of course subscribe to the channel, it just excites the YouTube algorithm and makes it want to communicate and share any of the videos as recommended videos to other people. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, mighty Aquarians, as you go through this amazing refocusing of your energy week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'll be talking to you very soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.